Hey there! It's been a while, to the point where I'm no longer comfortable just recording myself anymore. I have to like mentally prepare to push the record button, and then make sure my voice carries. So that's how long it's been. Um, I have figured out why I haven't been doing music. Like, I haven't been kind of called to practice music and post it. I'm sure there's a variety of reasons, but one of them is uh, most likely a neighbor being sensitive to the sound, because we had a neighbor complain about their upstairs neighbor, and so that neighbor has to move now. But that neighbor is like in good with the landlord through relations, so they're just moving to a different unit somewhere else. But that made me realize that, ooh, maybe if I had kept practicing and playing, we would have also gotten a noise complaint, even though I only did it once a week on like a Saturday. But still, I'm not of the caliber of non-complaint level skill, so um, I guess that's why I was kind of feeling not to practice. So there's that answer, and I guess I won't be able to get back into it until the universe allows me to move somewhere else. Because I thought about maybe renting a practice area to do it in, but I would be there by myself, and I feel like that's not very smart. So I can't be doing that. And yeah, I can't just do it out in my car, because that it's getting into summer too. But also it gets very stuffy in my car, and then there's no oxygen flow, and then there's a lot of people walking by. It's not very good. So yeah, that's that. What else has happened? I've lost my job. Well, my contract ended. So yeah, that's just where that is. And trying to make adjustments so I can make sure my daughter eats and gets all her things, and I stop eating a lot, but like I'm not doing anything, so like one good meal a day is fine. And I was able to buy a lot of staple foods, so I'm fine. I'll be fine. It's not my first rodeo being restricted on finances. It's fine. I will have to find something to generate money, and so I am making earrings and thinking about selling them, but right now it's just in the creation process, because that's essentially a business, and a lot of businesses have startup costs. So like I would need a PO box if I was going to sell them online, or I would need to be walking around in public and trying to like hustle them on the streets, and I'm not an extrovert. So I don't know how that's gonna work. And I can only sell them at like $20, and I would need to sell like 8 earrings or more a day in order to generate the money I would need to maybe move out. And that's a lot of earrings, that's a lot of material, that's a lot of crafting. So I don't think that's feasible right now, but I do have a couple pairs, so if I do manage to sell some, I'll have some money, and I can do a lot with $20. So yeah, there's that. I'm no longer with the museum. I stopped volunteering, mostly because of my predicament, and it's quite a drive, and also everything happening in the world. It was just best to step back and be like, sorry. My kid's almost out of school. She's having rough time during this last official week. They have like one more week, but it's it's oh my god, it's like meltdown every single day. So not the best ending for her, but they're trying to test her without my help, and I I don't know. Hopefully she gets a more understanding teacher next time who actually believes she is autistic and requires some extra tools and strategies and isn't just being enabled by a mother that just wants to coddle her child, and that's just not what's happening. So, I mean, I am as strict as I can be with my child, as strict as I can get through to her, because otherwise, too strict, and then she just, like her, she's just like a goat, and she's just like, no, I'm not gonna do it. So it's a balance, and so that's where we are with that. But I am learning how to make more for food from scratch, so that's saving money, and it's building me some muscles, so that works out. Yeah, that's all I have to. Oh, my main reason for coming on here was to talk about EDMS music, I think is what it's called. It's like the music you get played in therapy to like help unlock deep-seated trauma and anxiety and emotional turmoil that's like under the surface that you don't consciously know about. And I've been listening to it to fall asleep because it makes me sleepy, because it calms me down and it makes me sleepy, and then I have like these unusual vivid dreams with all the symbolism in it, and I wake up, I'm like, what was that about? Why am I dreaming about that? That's so weird. And then I'm like, oh yeah. I purposely played music to kick up all of this deep-seated emotional stuff. I totally forgot that I did that, and that's why my dream was like that. So, but anyways, so it's just silly kooky things like that I do, where I'm like, most people have to like really prep themselves and have like some kind of support system in place, so when they get all of this turmoil up to the surface, they have like a comfort system, a support system, and I'm just like, oh, ASMR, good night. And then, oh, that was weird. And then after the realization, okay, well, what does that mean? Okay, let's address that. Okay, good, next one. I intellectualize trauma to the point where it's just like a task on a checklist that I need to get just done and through. Oh, revelation. Okay, good. Moving on. That's not good. Anyways, at least it's not normal. But I'm not normal. So everybody handles their trauma differently, I suppose. Anyways, I gotta get going soon. But I hope you're surviving, and I hope that future survival looks bright. And we'll all talk later when I am inspired once again to make a video. Sorry. Bye.